Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Alyssa. I thought I would do a little sit down video for the end of the year, just kind of doing the things that we do at the beginning and end of a year. A little reflection, a little goal setting for the coming year, a little like intention setting, that kind of stuff. This is all gonna be related to like YouTube, booktube, Bookstagram, my reading, my writing, and not so much my personal stuff for just like me. Most of my personal goals for the year, I'll just share generally, are about working on my mental health and getting back into like a more spiritual practice. So getting back into like, I used to be very into Reiki. I am not a Reiki master, I'm a Reiki level 2, and I've sort of let that go by the wayside. So personally, that's kind of where a lot of my focus is going to be, and I'm hoping like that, working on that mental health side of my life will help and funnel into some of the other parts of my life. So we're just gonna chit chat. That's all we're gonna do today. So grab a warm glass of something, a cold glass of something, a little alcoholic beverage, wherever you are, whatever you like, whatever makes you happy. And let's get started. So I'm gonna put this down. I don't have coffee today. I already had coffee. So this is just this Harney & Sons tea that I love. This is Victorian London Fog. I love like almost any kind of Earl Grey based tea. It's like, I don't care. Give me all the Earl Greys, chais, black teas, rooibos, or whatever the hell you call it. I just love tea. I have a problem. I also love coffee. I have more coffee coming from Fable Grounds. If you haven't ever bought from them, please do. I think my link still works. My code still works down below. If it doesn't, honestly, tell me and I will find you a code because their coffee is so good. But right now it's tea time. So in the beginning of the year, no, at the end of last year, at the end of 2019, or maybe the very beginning of 2020, I did like one of my first ever videos, and I did it on Instagram TV or Instagram Live or whatever they call it, IGTV, that thing. And I went through it and I did all of my resolutions for 2020 in terms of reading. And I believe I still have them all here on my iPad. So we're gonna look. 2020 bookish resolutions, they're right here. So we're gonna just check them off as we go. And I think I actually did really well. So the first one was to read 100 books in 2020. Now, as of filming, this is December 21st, and I have read somewhere around 251 books. So I have more than doubled my goal in the beginning of the year. So we're gonna check that off as a win. Decided I'm gonna screen record this so you can see me check them off. I don't know, something satisfying about checking things off a list. Am I the only one who thinks that's satisfying? I think that's really satisfying. So here we go. Here's the list. We're gonna check off 100 books in 2020 because we actually did 250 something. All right. So the next thing on my list, I'm sorry, I'm really sitting in an N95 for like 12 hours a day just does something to my sinuses. So I apologize for all the sniffles. My sinuses are just a mess. We're just gonna embrace it and go with it. I'm sorry. All right, half my TBR each month made up of books I already own as a minimum. I think I've actually done that because I did go through a lot of my own books this year. I also did get a lot of books in, but I haven't been buying as many books as I used to in 2019. Mainly because now I'm getting more books from publishers, but I'm gonna consider that done. I think I've done at least half. I have read a lot of my backlist, and I'm going to continue to do that in 2021. Check. Use my library more, so one book each month comes from the library, physical or ebook. Now, I don't believe that I've done this as an actual physical or ebook, because I definitely have not gone to the library, because for most of 2020, the library was closed. But I have really utilized my Libby, and I'm gonna consider this like half done, because I've definitely listen to a lot of audiobooks through Libby almost every month. If there was something I could get through Libby, I did. So I definitely used it more, but I could be doing better. Only 1 to 2 new releases each month. I don't really know what the point of that one was. I would probably have to go back to the video. I don't know if that's only buying 1 to 2 new releases each month or only reading 1 to 2 releases each month. Now, I think on average, if I read 250 books, oh, they're picking up the garbage, so it's gonna get loud, and I apologize for that. If I read 250 books, that means I read about 20 books a month. Yeah, I'm sure I've read more than 1 to 2 new releases, but I've also read a lot of backlist books, and I don't think I've purchased that many books. So I think we're okay. I'm gonna consider that one done. Read at least 6 nonfiction books. Let's see, I read The Splendid and the Vile. I read The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I read Stamped. I read the D.L. Hughley book that's like Stamped, that the name is not coming to my brain right now. Devil in the White City. I just finished The Disappearing Spoon, and that's 6 that I can think of off the top of my head. And I've definitely read more than that this year. So my nonfiction is improving. And I actually found that I really like nonfiction. I especially like it as an audiobook because it's like listening to a podcast, and I'm much more interested in it. Continue posting regularly on Instagram 5 to 7 times per week. I am definitely doing that, except for right now because I'm in an Insta jail until the 24th, and I hate that the stupid dump truck has to come right now, right? It's so loud, and I apologize for that. Participate in 2 themed readathons. Now, I know I did the Owls readathon, and I don't know if I did anything else. I definitely participated in some read-alongs and readathons with my friends, but I don't think I've done any, other than the Owls, I don't think I did any specific read-alongs. So like that's half done. There we go. It's taking me a while to click it off. Improve my video editing skills. I think I have done that. Hopefully you guys think I have. I feel like I have because I can get videos uploaded much more quickly, and now I have Final Cut Pro and it's even better. But I do have some goals for that as well for this year. So things are getting better, I think. Post at least 1 IGTV each week. I have not done that, and I did move over to YouTube, and I have not posted to YouTube every week, but I have been posting more consistently, and it has been getting better. But it's also been a really rough year, so I will consider that like maybe 50% complete. Figure out how the heck to get arcs. I 100% figured out how the heck to get arcs, and at this point I may have too many arcs, but I figured it out, and I'm really excited, and I'm so very grateful that there are publishers out there who are willing to work with me, that there is a service like Net Galley that will get me e-arcs. I just want to give a little shout out to Untitled Teen, because Untitled Teen works with me so much, and everybody over there is so lovely and wonderful. I absolutely love them. Like the girl I talked to over there is amazing, and their books are really fun, and they're really lovely people to work with. They really are. So I am so happy that we have come into each other's lives. You have no idea. So, come on. Yeah. So that was my 2020 list. And when going back through this, it makes me kind of happy. Like, I feel like I've achieved a lot of things this year in my personal growth as a reader, in my channel and my Instagram account. Like, we've gotten through so much together, and it really is a together thing. Like, having this little community of people here and on Instagram that I can talk to, and that we share ideas and stories and laughter and joy and sorrow and all these things together has been such a great part of my life, especially in a year like this year. So thank you all for being a part of it. I'm just, cheers to everybody, because y'all are wonderful. despite all the bad things that have occurred for everybody this year, there have been so many good things, and those are the things we need to focus on, right? Especially when things are bad. So if we're gonna go through and reflect on things, we're gonna also do the second step, which is to make new resolutions for 2021. I will put these over into my iPad so I can do something similar at the end of next year, but for now they are in my bullet journal. I don't have the prettiest bullet journal, but it is functional, and I need to start my January spreads. And at some point here, I need to complete my best reads. I'm not gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick no more than 3 for every month, but I haven't done that yet. So that's a video to come. Or maybe it's already out. I don't know what order I'm putting things up in. But we're gonna go through, and I went through and jotted down some resolutions, and I broke them out between YouTube, Instagram, reading, and writing. So I guess because we're on YouTube, we'll start with YouTube. I have some very simple, basic goals for this year, and that is, 1, I want to grow this channel to at least 1,000 subs. If you all know what happens at 1,000 subs is that then you can monetize your account. Now I understand that monetizing my account early is probably, since it's such a teeny tiny little account, it's like pennies, but I put a lot of work into this account, into my Instagram account, into reviewing and reading and doing all this stuff, and I would really like to be paid somehow, even if it's pennies. It's just nice. I know it feels awkward to say that, like I seem greedy, but like there's a lot of work that goes into all of this, and it would be nice for it to like generate a little bit of side income, essentially. Like, I'm not gonna stop being a nurse, but it would be nice for my hard work to, I don't know, pay for a dog walk. So I'm gonna try to commit to a minimum of 4 videos a week, which is about 1 video a week. 4 videos a week, 4 videos a month. Oh my God, 4 videos a month, which is about 1 video a week, which I should be able to do. And I would like to take an editing course, either on Skillshare, which I have, or anywhere, just to take some editing classes so that I can get better at editing videos, and just do some cooler stuff with it. I really do like editing videos. I really like videos like Morgan Long's videos, which I'll link her if you haven't seen her channel. She's actually like a videographer, so her vlogs are just absolutely stunning. And I try to do that with my vlogs, but like it's a lot of work, and I don't always have the ability to do that. So if I could get like 1 really beautiful thing out and like a couple really chatty, like easy videos every month, that would make me really happy. But I need to like brush up on some of my skills, get better equipment, that kind of stuff. For Instagram, I'd like to grow to 5,000 followers, which I think is a very reasonable place to get to, given my growth in like this first 1.5 years of Instagram. I would like to get, this is again, I'm gonna feel really greedy for this, but I would like to have like 1 paid promotion somehow in Instagram. It's my biggest platform. It would be nice to have a paid promotion somewhere for however much, even if it's 40 bucks. I mean, great if it's more, but like, just be nice to get that traction, because I feel like once you do something like that, then things like that can follow, like they kind of build on themselves. I'd like to keep it fun and avoid Insta-jail, because Insta-jail has been miserable. I really like interacting with everybody over on Instagram, so it's been really hard not having that daily interaction outside of just my stories. I have so many books and things I want to talk to you about, and it's so much harder when they don't let you post. And like, I'm not a bot. I was just bored during a snowstorm and I liked too many photos in a short period of time. It's incredibly frustrating right now, but on Christmas Eve, I get my Instagram back, and I will try to avoid it going forward because it was awful. And one of the other big goals for Instagram, which is kind of not really Instagram, but is tangential to it, is that many of you know I'm part of a group of people who do a book club called TBR Lowdown, and we are discussing turning it into also a podcast. We are a good group of friends, and we enjoy talking to each other. We talk to each other all the time. We have pretty decent banter, and I really would love to have a podcast. I bought myself a big mic and everything, so where it's kind of like in the works, and hopefully at some point in 2021, I'll be able to say officially TBR Lowdown has a podcast. So that's the exciting one for me. In terms of writing, I'd like to finish the book I was drafting during NaNoWriMo. I have not touched it since NaNoWriMo because I have not been in the right headspace for that. But I would like to pick that back up and continue writing it because I did really enjoy the story and I would like to really make this work. It's called Project Flame, and I would like to finish drafting Project Flame in 2021 and start its sequel. I'm trying to make this a duology with maybe room for some like prequel-y like short stories or like side character short stories on the sides. If I ever decided to go off and either self-publish or traditionally publish the book, that we will deal with once I have more stuff written. But first step is to write the thing. I'd like to help me do that, I'd like to do one live writing session every month. And that would be outside of my regular YouTube video count. So it's like additional content, but just because I really find that helpful for me to host them makes me write. So it would be really nice to host them more consistently. And then you get like a nice group of people when you host them consistently and you kind of know each other, and it's nice. So that, and the last thing I want to do for writing is this year I want to actually win NaNoWriMo. I was so flipping close in 2020 that I know I can do it. I'm gonna hit 50,000 words in 2021. That's gonna happen. And I had so much fun doing NaNoWriMo that it was such a disappointment that there were so many things that happened in November in the world, in my life, that set me back. So I still feel like I won given all of the things that were holding me back. And then in terms of reading, one of the first things I want to do with reading is I want to start keeping a reading journal and start a sort of compendium, like a website blog that goes along with it, so that I can sort of have a one-stop shop where you can see all of my content or find all my content and all of that, and have some more just like in-depth discussions when I feel like it on there. So I got myself a new journal, and I've got this beautiful decal from BT Bookmarks, who I rep for. You can find the link down below. And I put their decals on a lot of things, including like my mugs and stuff, and I have them on both of my bullet journal things. This one says no mourners, no funerals, and that's just a teacup. But so I bought myself a new one, and this is just gonna be for my reads for the year. I figure if I give myself like one page to write down thoughts, quotes, ratings, just easy peasy, I'm more likely to do this than I am to go on Goodreads or anything else, because I hate Goodreads. And I do use my Bookly app all the time to track my reading. I love my Bookly app. So between my Bookly app and this, I should be able to like generate some more in-depth blog posts for you guys. And then I can also feature some more stuff. Like maybe even doing like Q&As with authors, because sometimes on my book tours I get that option, and I don't have that option when I just post content on Instagram. So I want to redo my book Nook, which is always in the works, but we've been talking to my brother about maybe my brother just building us bookshelves, which would probably make that happen faster than if I go to IKEA. I'd like to improve my Net Galley percentage, which means I need to stop requesting books through Net Galley and just freaking read them. Which means I need more time to sit down and read. Most of my reading this year has been done through audiobooks because this year has been so crazy, and most of what I can do is only really listen to books. But it's helped me get through over 250 books, so I love audiobooks. Like, thank you Libro, because Libro has sent me so many advanced copies of books, and to the library, and to Hoopla, and to all the places where you can get free or not so expensive audiobooks. Like, you got me through 2020, and I love you. I'm gonna bring my goal up a bit, but back from what I actually achieved this year, and say that I want to read 200 books in 2021, and we'll see where I land. And I want to read at least one nonfiction book a month, so that would be doubling my nonfiction reads from last year, which, or maybe a little less, because I think I read more than 6, but doubling my goal from last year. And there's a few series? How do you pluralize the word series? I don't know. that I want to read next year. There's a lot of them. I was going to do just a video dedicated to those, but I decided there's just a few that I really want to hone in on, and anything else is a bonus. And so one of them is the Wheel of Time series, which is a huge series and a big commitment. And if I don't finish the entire thing, I want to get at least like 80% of it complete. And I'm reading that with a few of my friends. And that is like one of our big 2021 goals. I finally want to read Throne of Glass, which I haven't read. I have the entire box set, and it really upsets me that I haven't read it, mainly because I don't understand what everybody's talking about all the time. And I sort of like Sarah J. Maas. I love Crescent City. I like every other book in ACOTAR. And I'm just curious about Throne of Glass. Like, where am I gonna fall on that? I would very much like to read Daughter of Smoke and Bone next year. I have that already, and I haven't read that trilogy. I would like to finish reading The Mortal Instruments and basically the rest of the Cassie Clare catalog that I haven't read, because remember, if you've been following me along, I've read this series backwards, and my Shadowhunter experience is all tipsy-turvy and like weird, so I have so many weird holes to plug in, and it'll be really interesting to see how I feel about it. But basically, I did not enjoy the first book of Mortal Instruments anywhere near as much as I enjoyed The Dark Artifices, and so it's been really hard for me to continue with the series, but they're almost all on Scribd, so I'm sure I can listen to them throughout the year and get them done. I would like to read the Grishaverse, the first 3, and King of Scars, because all I've done is Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. So I want to fill in those gaps, plus the show comes out next year. And there was one more that was just in my head that has escaped my brain, and I cannot remember where it was. Red Rising. Red Rising is the other one that I would really like to read. A couple of my friends have read it, and they are absolutely in love with it. I have the first book, and I don't know why I've never read it. I love sci-fi, I love fantasy. I don't know why I haven't read it. It's just been sitting there. So I own all of those books. So that's all books off of my backlist, which is great. And I don't have any real anticipated reads for 2021 because I want to read a lot of my backlist. I want to actually do Frugal 2020, but in 2021, because 2020 just became a lot of retail therapy, a lot of just trying to survive. And I think we all understand that. So we're gonna get through a lot of my backlist. And I get so many books from publishers now that a lot of my new release reads are from that. So I want to leave wiggle room to read those books and focus on my backlist. So I think that's a pretty darn good list of resolutions that are achievable and fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to 2021. I know that it's not immediately gonna get better, but I'm really hopeful that by the end of 2021, we are all in a much better place mentally, physically, the whole world, that everything's just a little bit better by the end of next year, because we went through hell together, all of us, and we deserve a little bit of, I don't know, something nice. So I appreciate you all watching and for sticking with me through this journey. I said it in one of my recent videos, you guys are my OGs, you are my original people, the people who watch these videos and have made it through these 20 some odd minutes of this video. You are you have a special place in my heart, because if this channel actually can grow, it's growing because of you guys, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, happy everything, and may we have a better 2021. May we only go up from here, and I wish you all the best reading and mental health and everything under the sun that I can, and cheers. If you've made it this far, I would love for you to leave down below new beginnings, and I will see you guys in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. Thank you so, so much, and bye.
Just sit with me Talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.